Thank you very much for joining us. We are discussing working capital management techniques and we are starting today inventory management. In the inventory management, we'll focus to the economic order quantity. We have already discussed that working capital management can be classified into two categories. One is working capital management approaches and the second one is working capital management techniques. We have already discussed there are three different approaches for the management of the working capital. And so far as working capital management techniques are concerned, we are starting today inventory management, and in the inventory management we will focus on the economic order quantity. Before starting inventory management, some questions will be striking your mind. These questions are: what are the objectives of inventory management? What are the activities involved, cost involved, techniques to manage the inventory? What should be the size of the order? At what stage order required to be placed to the supplier? What will be the level of maximum inventory? What will be the level of minimum inventory? What should be the safety stock? What are the chances of stock out? What is the related cost of stock out, and how this stock out and related loss can be avoided? Objective of the inventory management is to maintain the optimum level of inventory for the smooth operations of the business at the minimum cost. When I'm saying optimum level of inventory, means if we are maintaining inventory more than the optimum level, cost will be higher. If we are maintaining the inventory less than the optimum level, cost will be higher. So there will be one point in between the maximum inventory and the minimum inventory levels, which is called optimum level, and we need to maintain the inventory at that level, and that level will minimize our cost. We'll be required to ascertain that level while managing the inventory. So far as cost and related activities are concerned in the inventory management, I have classified this into three different categories. In the three different categories, one section is procurement of inventory, second is holding of inventory, and third one is shortage of inventory. In the procurement of inventory, my activities are placing an order, and related cost is ordering cost. My activity is delivery of the goods, and related cost is delivery cost. My activity is arranging or managing funds. My related cost is cost of capital, or this is called opportunity cost of capital. My activities are warehousing of goods, then warehousing cost. Avoiding from deterioration cost. Activities timely usage of the inventory. If we are not using this, ultimately cost will be obsolescence cost. Getting insurance of the goods, related cost will be insurance cost. Avoiding pilferage and security of the inventory, related cost will be pilferage in case this is being happen. So far as shortage of inventory is concerned, arranging inventory in the emergency, it will be the main activity in case there is a shortage of inventory, and the cost will be extra cost of emergency inventory, and the business will lose the contribution as well. So contribution loss will be there, cost of loss of production and revenue in the inventory out. These will be the related costs. Techniques to manage the inventory. This is EOQ technique, inventory levels and just in time. This EOQ will tell us what should be the order size, optimum order size. Inventory level will help us to understand what should be the maximum level of inventory, what should be the minimum level of inventory, what should be the reorder level, safety stock. All these points we'll discuss in the inventory levels. Another approach to manage the inventory is this: instead of maintaining the stock in the warehouse, instead of keeping the stock in the warehouse, we need to order the stock as and when required in the business. We will discuss in the just-in-time approach. As I discussed, our focus will be on economic order quantity. EOQ gives us the optimal ordering quantity, and at this optimal ordering quantity, our cost will be minimum. And this cost is ordering cost, receiving cost, and holding cost of the inventory, which we have discussed in the previous slides just now. So what is the optimal ordering quantity? Optimal ordering quantity is if we will order more than this quantity, my cost will be higher. If I will order less than this quantity to the supplier, my cost will be higher. This is the quantity, this is the point. If we will place an order of this quantity every time, my cost will be at the minimal stage. So how we will be able to calculate this optimal ordering quantity? This is a formula. This formula will help us to calculate optimal ordering quantity. As per this formula, economic order quantity is equal to 2C0 into D divided by CH whole under root. In this, D is my annual demand. C0 is cost per order. CH is holding cost per unit for the whole year. The same has been mentioned here as well. EOQ stands for economic order quantity. C0 cost of placing an order, annual demand. CH is cost, holding cost per unit of inventory for the period. You need to be very careful. This ordering cost is per order and holding cost is per unit, and these both costs are relevant costs for the whole year. This model based upon some certain assumptions. Assumptions are this formula assume that consumer demand is constant for the whole period. Ordering cost and holding cost is constant for the whole period. Average balance of stock will be maintained in the inventory for which company will be liable to pay holding cost. And this average cost, this formula assumes is equal to EOQ divided by 2. This is the average stock that will be maintained in the inventory. Moreover, this formula assumes that lead time is constant or 0. So cost of inventory, the total annual cost of having inventory is holding cost and ordering cost. And the objective is to minimize the holding cost and ordering cost. And the beauty of this formula is if we are following EOQ techniques, means if we are placing optimal level of order at this stage, my annual holding cost will be equal to my annual ordering cost, and we will prove this in our next slides. Holding cost is equal to average stock being held into holding cost per unit. This average stock EOQ divided by 2, this is part of the assumptions of the formula. And holding cost per unit, this is relevant holding cost per unit. Any cost which is irrelevant, it will not be considered as a part of the holding cost. In the same way, ordering cost is equal to number of orders in a year into cost per order, and number of orders are annual demand divided by EOQ into cost per order. It will give me the total ordering cost on annual basis. From this formula, we can extract the frequency of the orders or interval of the orders as well, which is equal to 365 divided by number of order. This formula will give me the result in days. And if I am considering 52 divided by number of orders in a year, this formula will give me the results in weeks. Let's take this example. This example says the demand for a commodity is 40,000 units, means my D is annual demand is 40,000 units. Its cost 20 to place an order. My C0 ordering cost is 20 per order. Holding cost is 40 cent, means CH is equal to 0.4 per unit on annual basis. The requirement is to calculate order size, means they are asking to calculate EOQ, number of order required to be placed. Inventory cycles means frequency of the orders, and total cost of holding the inventory. The first of all, my requirement is to calculate EOQ. EOQ is equal to 2C0 D divided by CH whole under root. 2 into 20 into 40,000 divided by 0.4. EOQ is 2000. This is the first requirement. Second requirement is a number of orders. Number of orders is equal to D divided by EOQ. How much is my D? Annual demand is 40,000. EOQ is 2000. So number of orders will be 20. Third, length and frequency of the orders. Length and frequency of the order is 365 divided by 20, which is equal to 18.25 days, means we will be required to place order after every 18.25 days, or we can say 52 divided by 20, which is equal to 2.6 weeks. After every 2.6 weeks, company will be required to place an order. Then they are asking to calculate the total cost. Total cost is equal to ordering cost plus annual holding cost, annual ordering cost and annual holding cost. Annual ordering cost is equal to total number of orders, which are 20, and cost per order, which is 20, is equal to 400. Annual holding cost is equal to average stock that is required to be maintained. We know this, EOQ divided by 2 into holding cost per unit, which is 0.4. So EOQ is 2000 divided by 2 into 0.4, again 400. So my total cost is equal to annual holding cost 400 plus annual ordering cost 400, total 800 is the total cost of the inventory. As we discussed earlier, at this stage, at the EOQ level, my holding cost will be equal to my ordering cost. This has been proved here. Further, we'll discuss in this tabular format. In this tabular format, this is EOQ level. At this EOQ level, this is my holding cost, ordering cost, this is my holding cost, this is my total cost. You can see this, if the EOQ is not being followed, it means if the EOQ order quantity is 1500, 1000 or 500, in all three cases, my total cost is higher than the cost at the EOQ level. And if we are placing order more than the EOQ, again my total cost is higher as compared to the EOQ level. Moreover, we can observe from here, if the order quantity is less than 2000, if the order quantity is less than EOQ level, then we will be required to place more orders. So ordering cost will be higher and holding cost will be lower. We can observe from here. So if the number of orders are more, here the number of orders are more. 80 orders, ordering cost will be higher. 40 orders, ordering cost will be higher. 27, 5, and this 20, this is 400. In the same way, holding cost is less. On the other way around, if we are placing bulk quantity order, then in this situation my ordering cost will be lower because we will be required to place lesser orders. Ordering cost will be lower, but holding cost will be high. In both of these cases, if we are not following EOQ, then in both of these cases my total annual cost of the inventory will be higher as compared to the cost at the EOQ level. This can be plotted in this diagram. We can say this is my total holding cost, this is total ordering cost, this is the reorder quantity, this is the annual cost. We can observe from here where the holding cost is equal to my ordering cost. At this stage, total cost is the very minimal level. Moreover, this graph reflects that if we are ordering quantity less than the EOQ level, then my holding cost will be less, but my ordering cost will be high. And this reflects if we are placing an order more than the EOQ level, then my holding cost will be high, but my ordering cost will be low. There are some limitations of these models are, first of all, they are asking the assumptions are very vague. It's not possible the annual demand will remain constant, ordering and holding cost will remain constant. It's not possible that every time average inventory which is being held in the stock is equal to 50% of the EOQ. Moreover, lead time can be different. It will not be zero as well. So they are asking the assumptions are quite vague. Moreover, this is some sort of practical difficulty that this formula doesn't consider changing consumer demand, seasonal changes in the inventory cost, lost revenue due to the inventory shortages, or purchase discount in case the company is buying larger quantity. There's these limitations that formula doesn't consider all these things. Thank you very much for joining us. In our next lecture, we'll discuss levels of inventory along with this JIT, just in time system as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching the video. Click on the bell and subscribe to the YouTube channel.